You're listening to Ask Mr. Brown. Got questions? Well, ask Mr. Brown. He'll give you his perspective on your questions. He's a speaker, a mentor. He's the choice guy who wants to help you make better choices to live a better life. So go ahead, ask Mr. Brown.
It's time to make some more videos. Trying to schedule time. Woo! Studio's kind of a mess, at least for my standards. I like it a little bit cleaner than this. It's a little messy right now, but and this lens is kind of messy too. Let me clean the lens off. Do I look better now? Well, we don't have the lights on, so we gotta get the lights all fixed up and all good. But I'm about to make a video because I got some questions from some students. Some students submitted me some questions, and I want to give my perspective on those questions. So let's get into it with this edition of a special edition of Ask Mr. Brown. Let's go. Got it all set up, ready to go to start this special episode of Ask Mr. Brown. So go ahead. Ask Mr. Brown. Hey, this episode is special because I'm doing it for a particular group of students. Students watch my videos all over the world now. I feel like I'm famous, like I'm world famous, but I don't let it go to my head because it's not about being famous. It's about making a difference in the world, and I want to make an impact. So I'm grateful that students are watching my videos in Florida, in New Mexico, in California, where I live, also in Canada. There's a special group I want to send a shout out to. Mr. Cody Carver's class in Edmonton. And when I think of Edmonton, I think of the Elks, because I watch CFL. Me and my kids watch the NFL, CFL, Australia football. We like all kinds of sports. So I want to send a shout out, and these questions are for you guys in Mr. Cody's class. Y'all call him Mr. Cody, Mr. Carver? I don't know, whatever y'all call him. He reached out to me and said, hey, you guys been watching my videos, it's part of your morning routine, and that makes me smile. Yeah, so he also submitted some questions from you all. So I'm going to give my perspective on your questions. There's 4 of them, so I'm going to get to it right away. So the first question is, can I even see without my readers on? See, look, you're going to get old like me one day, and you're going to need some readers. Some of y'all need glasses already. It's not about being old. Just your eyes don't work as good as other people's eyes. But that don't mean nothing wrong with you. You got some aids, and I got some glasses that aid me to see a little bit better. So the first question is this. Do your own kids have problems? And if so, how do you and they deal with them? So, number 1, my kids do not have problems because they're perfect like their daddy. No, that was a joke. No, everybody has problems. I often joke to say my problems have problems too. You get it? My problems have problems. Everybody's got problems. So yes, my kids struggle with things. And I think sometimes one of the biggest struggles I have with each other, just communicating with each other, how to get along. And so my desire is for them to get along. I love seeing my kids play together, read together, and not have problems. But the truth is, because we're humans, and it's hard being a human, we're going to have conflicts. And so when they have conflicts, one of the ways I help them is I simply say 2 words, simple 2 words. Consider others. I have a bunch of shirts to say that. I want to start a whole campaign about teaching people to consider other people. Thinking about somebody else's needs, not just your own. Thinking about what somebody else might be going through, what their perspective is, and am I considering them as much as myself? It is so easy to be selfish and just think about yourself, me, and not think about the other person. So one day, my kids were at the dinner table having dinner, and they both wanted to tell their mom a story. And they're like, Mom, no, I'm gonna go for it, And they start arguing. And I simply said, consider others. And then they were like, well, you go first. No, you go first. No, you go first. So that's another problem in and of itself. But the idea of consider others. And me and my daughter made a podcast about this, and I'll put a link in the description for you. Me and my daughter sat down, Sophia, and talked about the idea of consider others and where it comes from and how she feels when I say that to them. And it's a pretty funny conversation. So check it out. The link in the description. Maybe your teacher will show it to you. The second thing I do when they have a problem that's not with each other is just take a deep breath. You know, Daniel Tiger neighborhood. When you feel so mad that you want to roar, take a deep breath and count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I like to count down though. I start with 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there's something about the brain and the mind that when you count down from 5, it gives you a reset, because when you get to one, you think something's gonna happen, whether that's a rocket's gonna launch or something's gonna blow up or something's gonna happen, right? So when you get so mad and upset, just take a break, count down from 5, and then start over. Start to reassess what's going on. Am I getting upset about the wrong reasons? How can I move forward? Because sometimes my kids, and even me, we get so stuck on what happened before. He did this, she did that, and this ain't working. And we get so focused on what's in the past that we can't move forward. I'm not saying we ignore the problems in the past, but we need to acknowledge them, but then move on. Because you can't change the past, you can only change the present to help your future. So anyway, that's one question that you guys had about my kids. You can check out our family website, lifewiththebrowns.com. We share our family with people because I want to share my life, because it's all about choices. So question number 2 is, what helps you break out of a funk or a bad mood? What makes you think I get in a bad mood? Because I'm human. We all do. 2 things help me get out of a funk. Number 1 is gratitude. I choose the attitude of gratitude. I got a series coming out with that. I choose the attitude of gratitude. When I'm in a funk, I got to stop and think, hey, what am I upset about? I got to stop and think about that, and then think about what I can be grateful for. What things are good in my life? Because I got to keep it in perspective. The other day we were leaving the house here in California, and it was kind of smoky, and the kids were complaining about the smoke, because there was a fire not too close to us, but sometime in the wind, because we live in the valley, the smoke comes down from the fire. It's a forest fire. Kids start to complain about, it stinks. And I said, you know what? Let's acknowledge, it smells pretty bad, but let's also acknowledge the fact that our house isn't burning down. We're not being evacuated. We're not in danger right now. Just keep that in perspective. So I try to do that myself. Keep things in perspective. What am I grateful for? It helps me get out of a funk. What's good in my life? And that helps me refocus my attention to what's bad. Not that I ignore the bad, but I don't want that to control me. Second thing I do is this: go serve somebody else. Go do something for somebody else. It's all about me. Sometimes when I get so self-focused or so in the mood and funk, it's about me. What can I do to go help someone else? Can I go help my wife do something? Help my kids do something? Can I take a break? Can I refocus my attention on helping someone else? That helps me get out of my own funk. All right, question number 3. What inspired you to start your videos, talks, and programs? Ooh, I read that out without my readers, y'all. I'm getting better. What inspired me? There wasn't anything particular that inspired me, like one day I decided to do it, but this happened over time. I really enjoy speaking. I started working with kids at day camps and summer camps and after school programs, and I just love helping students. I love explaining things. I believe this: when I understand something, I want you to understand it. I want you to understand. I want other people to share in my joy understanding things. And I believe in the power of choices. And I've seen over the years people's lives change when they embrace, no matter what situation they find themselves in, that everything comes down to a choice. It doesn't matter whether you have abilities, disabilities, you came from a bad home life. Listen, you have what you have. And it's so important that you make the best choice you can make with what you have. I remember working with some students one day after school program, and we gave them, broke them up in 3 groups, and they all got different materials. They're supposed to build a playground or something. But some of the kids started looking at other kids' tables. Well, Mr. Brown, we don't have that. You're not getting it either. Mr. Brown, we don't have that. You're not getting it either. You're not getting what they got. You got what you got, used you got. And once they wrap their minds around the idea they only could use what they had, guess what? They made some amazing things. But many of us are focused on what other people have and what other things are going on versus what we already have. And so I love sharing that message. So started speaking to students, then we developed a program, started making videos, started getting feedback from people, understanding that it empowers them to live better lives. And that's what it's about for me. I want people to understand that it comes down to choices. You didn't choose where you come from, but you get to choose where you're going. If you heard of Dr. Seuss, Dr. Seuss said it this way: you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. I believe it's a choice. So I love doing this because it helps other people be empowered to have the best life they can through the power of their choices. Better choices, better life. So choose well. Can I get an oh yeah? Oh yeah! I hope you said oh yeah. Last question, number 4. Actually, the 4th question came from Mr. Carver himself. And the question is, how to start the school year off right. How to start school year off right. There's many ways to start school year off right. I would look at it this way. I want you not to look at the past, not to let the past control you, but let it push you forward. So put it this way: consider the past, choose your present to create your future. Consider the past. Maybe the last year didn't end that well. Maybe you made some mistakes last year. Learn from those, acknowledge them, learn from them, but move on. And then choose your present. Focus on today. Eliminate your distractions today. What you're doing today. Many kids have cell phones that take them in the classrooms. They're always going to look. This is distraction while you're learning. Just like you shouldn't drive and text. Don't be texting while you're learning. Put this stuff away. Maybe your classmates are a distraction. Look away from them. You got to focus on what you're doing right now in front of you. Focus right now. Choose your present because it's going to create your future. So as you start this school year off, understand what you're learning today is going to help you in your future. What you're putting in your basket or your backpack or what you're learning, putting in your mind today will propel you towards your future. So start the school year off with the right mindset because your mindset matters. I know sometimes coming away from break can be hard. You've been in summer all the time and you want to go back and hang out at home and eat chocolate cake and play video games if that's what you do. But you got to focus on where you are today. Consider your past. Choose your present to create your future. That's how we'll start the school year off, right? And I know many students are starting school year. I'm starting a new school year. I can't focus on what I did last year. I can learn from what I did with schools last year, the videos I made last year. But I need to focus. I need to choose my present and be focused and be present in my present because that's going to create my future. Hopefully that's helpful. Thank you guys again for joining me, for watching my videos. Now, I'm grateful to hear from you. Hey, if you got letters for me or you want to write me a message or send me something, I would love to hear from you because it's all about choices. And I'm grateful that you made a good choice to watch my videos because when you make better choices, you live a better life. So choose well. Can I get one more oh yeah? Oh yeah.